ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. In this 46th class, which is going to be a very short class for certain technical reasons, we are going to enter the mantra 5 of the last khanda of this Upanishad. In the fourth mantra, there was a word. The seeker, upon gaining the highest insight, enters the abode of Brahman. What is meant by entering the abode of Brahman? We had explained before, it is all about shedding the falsely conceived limitations, taking ourselves to be the personality, having suffered here, having enjoyed there, having won here and having lost there, and having got old now and probably having some health issues. Hundreds of such ideas come to us. That's what we call limitations of presently understood I. And that is shed, that is let go of. Now, Katham Brahma Vishate, even then, what does it mean to enter the infinitude of Brahman? Samprapyainam ऋषयो ज्ञानतृप्ताः कृतात्मानो वीतरागा प्रशान्ताः ते सर्वगं सर्वतः प्राप्य धीराः युक्तात्मानः सर्वमेवाविशन्ति. Samprapya. Let's go direct to Shānkara Bhāshya. It means samavagamya. This is not about actually acquiring something physical, etc. It is avagamya, knowing. You see the truth and you got it. Enam atmanam, knowing the self. Rishayaha, who are rishis? Anybody among you and me comes upon this understanding, this insight. Darshanavantaha, says Shankara. Darshana is seeing this truth. Just as scientists saw certain laws, so scientists came upon some new understanding of phenomena of nature. In this matter, we have come upon a new understanding of who we are. Teneva jnanena, by that very understanding, triptaha, extremely happy. Adi Shankara hastens to add, na bahyena tripti sadhanena. Their happiness is not due to some external object or external event. External things like food, sharira upachaya karanena, make the senses happy, and maybe we put on some pounds, but all of that is of not much use. Then comes a word in the mantra, fifth mantra, third Mundaka, second khanda. The word is kritatmanaha. So we have a sense of I am limited, that is the Atma for present, but make it, by this insight, make it into a new understanding. I am Paramatma. Paramatma Swarupena eva Nishpanna Atmana Santaha. And in that awakening, all our attachments disappear. We don't leave attachments, attachments leave us. Many a time people ask, right, how do I drop my attachment? Dear madam, dear sir, get that vision. Attachments will leave you. You don't have to leave the attachments. Vita raga, vigata ragadi dosha. By mentioning raga, attachment, many other mental impurities are meant. Prashanta, upărत indriya. This is a short work of 8 shlokas, Dhanyashtakam. It begins with the words Tadnanam prashamakaram yadindriyanam. That alone is wisdom, when your senses on their own behave. They become peaceful. When the senses are running around or going berserk like mad elephants, no matter how much scholarship we have, we are lacking in spiritual knowledge. Jnana leads to indriyans, uparama. Prashantaha therefore means uparate indriyaha. Attributed to Adi Shankara, though I doubt whether he himself wrote that Dhanyashtakam. It's a beautiful little hymn which says, it is only those who are pursuing the pure self-knowledge that are dhanya, that are blessed. Dhanyashtakam, 8 verses on who is blessed upon this earth. Tadnanam prashamakaram yadindriyanam tadneyam yadupanishatsu nishchitartham te dhanyaha bhuvi paramartha nishchitehaha anye paribhramanti. All others are going round and round on this earth. So uparama, indriya uparama happens if we stay in higher contemplation. Therefore we have the key with us. Do not start from outside in, start from inside out. Gain a new outlook towards what objects are, what people are, what power is, what position is, what money is. When you have a new outlook, that is jnana, then your attachment to them, you are running after them, you are chasing pleasures of the world, will automatically stop. Then it is said, te sarvagam. Te means they who are of that height of understanding. They understand sarvagam, that which is all pervasive. Sarva ga gacchati, that is everywhere. And sarva vyapinam, all pervasive. Akashavat, sarvataha prapya, sarvatra prapya. Wherever they are, at home or at office, in the Himalayas or in a town in UK or USA, doesn't matter where you are. Once this insight comes to you, sarvataha prapya. And sarvataha, sarvatra implies na upadi parichinnena ekadeshena. You don't meet with Brahman in part. Ekadesha means part. Na ekadeshena. You realize Brahman in whole, not in part. Kim tarhi, what is more? Tad brahma eva advayam atmatvena pratipadya. There is removal of all shackles of spiritual ignorance. One knows oneself to be that Brahman. Atyanta vivekinaha. Next word in the mantra is dhiraha. So dhira is not about some courage to be shown when you confront a tiger or a lion or a snake. They have their own place, that courage, that patience, that maintaining certain equilibrium. But here dhira is viveka. Atmanatma vivekina, atyanta vivekina. Yuktatmanaha. Word from mantra. The meaning is samahita swabhavaha. They don't lose their balance so easily. Their swabhava now is samahita, well collected, well gathered, so to say. Sarvameva avishanti is the mantra. Bhashyakara says, samastam sharira patakale api avishanti. Even if this insight dawns upon you at the time of death, 1 second before the so-called clinical death takes place, you get this understanding. That is what Sri Krishna says in the last shloka of Bhagavad Gita chapter 2. Yesha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati Stitvasyam Antakalepi Brahma Nirvanam Richati. 2.72. Here it comes in Bhashya. Sharira Patakale Api Avishanti. How does that happen? Bhinne Ghate. If a part is broken, what was called pot space becomes one with the total space. Really nothing happens to that space. If anything happened to anyone, it was to the pot. The pot broke. Space did not get broken or disturbed in any manner. Likewise, truly speaking, the true I was free, is free, and will be free. Avidyakrita upadi parichedam jahati. So these people, jahati, these people let go of all kinds of sense of limitation that they otherwise had about themselves before. Evam brahmavidah brahmadhama pravishanti. This kind of a transformation thanks to insight, to seeing rightly, right understanding, for which study, meditation, japa, tapa, all of them fit into the scheme of things. But we don't technically call them as the cause and the insight being an effect. The insight happens when it happens. It is not the effect. Because technically and logically, if something is an effect, it has a beginning and then it has an end. Whereas this insight, liberating insight, is unique. It's different from any other rise of knowledge. You come to know where a particular object is. That knowledge begins, and then after some time you may have some forgetfulness. It ends. But this wisdom, this insight puts an end to time itself. It's not beginning at some point of time and ending at another point of time. It's an insight where time ends, individuality ends. In this way, because of certain internet problems, we have been able to produce a short talk in place of the 45 minutes live talk. Please bear with us. There is some issue with the internet in this part of the country where I came a few days back. So, with this, let us conclude for now. Om Namah Paramarashibhyo Namah Paramarashibhyah.